In terms of the budget, what are you spending the most money on, and where are you able to kind of cut back a little bit?
It depends on each production. A lot of productions, it's special effects. Some of the productions are you're spending a lot of your money on talent. The crew allocates probably between 1/4 and a half of your budget. Depending on how long you're shooting. But it's kind of a fine balance between all the departments, really. But usually, if it's a special effects film, that will take up the majority of a large chunk of the money.
How do you deal with neighbors that maybe don't want you to shoot in the neighborhood, or they're super curious and they want to be part of the production? Because I know this is LA, but
Yeah.
still, everybody's still, when they see the trucks and possible talent and the camera, people go through a wide variety of attitudes, emotions.
Yeah, LA is interesting because they either one complain, and if we're permitted, as long as we're permitted properly, there's nothing they can really do but get irritated. Now they can come out and say, well, you can't put my house in the scene, or you can't do this unless you pay me. And sometimes we'll just say, here's an X amount of money just to leave us alone. But for the most part in LA, people are usually pretty chill, unless you're shooting overnight. Like if we were this neighborhood, if we were shooting overnight, we would then have to be very quiet hours, so we have to be very quiet and cautious, respectful of the neighbors. But it's still challenging when you're shooting overnights in a neighborhood because people have day jobs. They have to get up early. We shot something last year, and we had a night shoot. And it was a horror film, and of course the girl comes running out of the house screaming, and it's like 3 in the morning, and the cops show up because the neighbor thought someone was getting mugged. So that's interesting. But people in LA really don't bother you that much. I just did 2 movies in Utah, and we shot a film, and we did a Bollywood film last year in Vegas, which was interesting. And we shot on the Strip, and we gathered, a large crowd gathered around us because we were filming right in front of the Bellagio and some other places. And it was interesting because the stars of the movie and even the director are huge megastars in India. And so there was a lot of Indian tourists there for the holiday. So we probably had 50, 60 people watching us, and they were signing autographs. That was pretty cool because shooting in LA, no one really cares.
Sure, except for parking. I was just wondering in terms of parking in the neighborhood. I know because parking in LA is an issue.
Yeah.
So how do you try to appease the neighborhoods usually, or if a neighbor's upset?
Normally we have parking lots.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find for places like this location, we'll find usually we find a nice church. And instead of paying a parking lot for the money, we end up donating money to the church to use their parking lot.
Oh, very nice.
Which is nice.
Okay.
So they're very polite, and as long as nothing's going on at the church, they're really nice about it. We actually shot in a church parking lot 2 days ago. The Reverend came over and saw us and hung out with us for a little bit, and so we rather, it's kind of a nice gesture to give back to the church, and
Sure.
versus just renting and paying ridiculous money for a parking lot that's going to overcharge you.